Good evening. Let me take you back to the year 1770 in the British-occupied colony of Boston, or of Massachusetts, in the city of Boston, um, to a meeting place in pretty much central Boston, at a large, sprawling estate called the Governor's Mansion. I think back then actually it was just called the Governor's House, but it's a mansion. It has like a big set of wrought iron gates, and at the gate, as each of you approach from wherever you're coming from, there's a guy in a British uniform with a long musket with a bayonet on it, and he's just kind of like standing pretty much at attention, but a little bit sloppy because of the lateness of the hour. He's probably getting tired or something, and he eyes each and every one of you as you proceed up towards the governor's mansion. Um, oh, Eric, you have not missed a thing there, bud. You don't you worry. Um, but you're all getting or you're getting ushered through this wrought iron gate up to this very large, lush, even though it's pretty late in the season, it's November, um, lawn in front of this big hilled house, the governor's mansion. You can see as you're led up the long driveway, either like if you're on horseback or if you're walking or maybe in a carriage or whatever, you're led up the driveway, and you can see congregated out in front of the house. It's just a whole manner of people, both kindred and kind. You can see, um, all in like their finery, chatting and milling about despite like the cold weather, um, waiting to be like admitted into the mansion for like the meeting and all that. There's actually two pretty much distinct groups of people, and kindred, like the ones that I just described in all their finery, which are pretty much chilling directly in front of the stairs, and then sectioned off into little like cliques and pocket groups. There are some like rougher looking uh, kindred and humans alike, um, which you would probably guess are like the independent and anarch contingents. Um, all of you, as you go through the gate, can give me a perception awareness.
Can you roll me 7 dice, Jake?
Okay. Did pretty good.
Can somebody roll me 5 dice, please?
Sure. You got 3, by the way, PJ.
Yes, thank
You
you.
got 3 also, Ian.
Okay.
In the interest of what we had already discussed, in the interest of what Jake, what you and I have already discussed regarding Sam, I will throw that roll.
Okay.
Jake, did you see my comment on the side chat?
No, can you just not do that and say it instead?
For the scene, I'm spending 3 blood, 2 to activate Fortitude, and 1 to appear human.
Okay.
Just to kind of add to that, I do not see anything. I rolled 0 successes. I'm blind.
I got 2 successes.
You got 2. Eric, you got 1. Okay. 2 or 1? 1? Okay. Right on. So anyone who got any successes, actually, I'll start with the 1, because only one of us got it. So Eric, you see that weird fucking red coat guy who's been checking everybody at the gate? Whenever someone... He doesn't do it to everybody, but like every so often, he will like stare really, really intently at them and kind of squint, and then either like do like a little nod to himself or kind of shake his head. And everyone else will see the same thing, but you'll also see that like his eyes glint like a lavender color when he looks over certain people. And if you got like a bunch of successes, like more than two, you would know that it looks like he's using Auspex. If you want, I'll go from like left to right on my screen and have each of you dudes tell me who your characters are and describe them. So first one on the left for me is Zig. So Ziggy, will you please describe?
Alright, sweet. I am Leger de Rochambeau. I look fairly scruffy. I've got a long brown leather coat. It looks like it has like some holes through it. Maybe I've been shot a few times. And you do see that I'm armed. I do have a saber at my side. And for those perhaps from the Ventrue or Tremere clans, you might have a suspicion because I'm hunted by your clans for murdering your kin. But I have come here in good faith, no doubt summoned by the prince, and perhaps believing that I'm under a shroud of peace. I have fame of one for mortal kind.
Alright. Right on. Thank you, Lord Rochambeau. Next one, how about Logan?
Alright, so Logan would be known to those who've been in Boston for a while. He's Gangrel. He stands easily 5 foot 10 inches tall. Double checking that. Yeah, 5 foot 10 inches tall. Pretty healthy weight. Rough and tumble. He is a somewhat advanced pistol at his side. Not overly fancy looking, but it's got 3 barrels on it. He is dressed pretty conservatively. And he looks pretty. He looks like he kind of dressed up for the occasion as best as he could for a Gangrel.
Well, what does that mean? How good is he dressed?
He has a couple of points of resources, so he's respectably dressed.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
He looks human. He's got the blush on.
Okay. Viscount Alexander Harkin.
Alexander is immaculately dressed, as in he could very easily be walking down the high street of London. Every hair is meticulously in its place, almost anally so. And he has brilliant green eyes. He is attended at all times by a duo of female servants who are attired more so as you would expect a male valet or attaché to be attired. So they're wearing pants. Oh, the scandal! And are very openly carrying their weapons on their hips, etc. Interestingly enough, if you look at them both face on, they're both identical. They're both identical twins. That you couldn't tell one from the other if you tried. Even the way they speak is eerily similar. And for those of you who know, Alexander has 5 status and is just recently arrived in the New World as an emissary of the Camarilla. And I will pass it along.
All right, PJ.
Presumably not a whole lot of people know of me. I've been in the area for 10 years, but my character keeps to himself. He goes by John the Old Crow. He's wearing black gloves, like an old black coat. He keeps his hood up, and he even wraps his face The only thing that can be seen are his eyes, and he wears a pair of spectacles along like a slit at the bridge of his nose. He's not known to ever like show a whole lot more than that. His pants are black, his shoes are black, and his pants are a little extra long. Like every part of him is covered except for the slit along his eyes where his glasses sit.
Alright. Let's skip over Will and go to Eric.
My mom is what?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah, great.
Uh,
So, you see this man, David Leonce Lavior, walking up, dressed as a peasant, more or less. A man of, within what you would know, no status within the city, neither no status within the Camarilla, no. But maybe you heard that he hails to some anarchy sympathies, at least. He's just walking in with a small knife on his side. Maybe it's for eating, maybe it's for something else.
Alright. Everybody else can give me one more perception alertness. I got you and PJ Ian.
Thank you.
Here's your 5. Got nothing. You botch.
That'll be
Me?
2 this time around.
Triple ball.
Sorry, did you say I botched?
Yes. And PJ
Oh.
got 3.
Does attention to detail matter?
Yes.
6 then.
Okay.
I got 1.
Alright. Anyone who got at least 1 will notice, just like, eventually as like your head turns or whatever during conversation or whatever, you'll notice that the guard who was in front of the gate before is gone, and the gate is closed and locked. With chains and stuff.
Alright, Jake, my net dropped. Did Sam arrive, or did you
I
just gonna let him walk
you're
in
gonna be
later?
inside already.
Okay, copy that.
But yeah, so yeah, the gate's closed with chains around it and locked, and the guard is gone.
Describe to me our surroundings.
You're in like you're right in front of the prince's mansion, or the governor's mansion, where the prince holds court. You're on like a large, somewhat steep hill with a driveway that goes down to the gate, and then the driveway continues to wrap around to the back of the house, where there's a stable and like places to park carriages and like a servant house. But then, by the way, Christian, if you want, you can describe your character and all that stuff, and you would just have already been here with everyone else, because they're all just waiting to go inside anyway. Whenever you have a chance.
Alright, sorry, having internet options. Or
You don't know
internet problems.
I feel your pain, buddy.
Alright, well anyway, I'll let you do it in just a second. I'm going to continue on with the narration real quick. But the doors of the mansion will open up, and a weird-looking dude in like a lavender toga-esque robe thing opens the door, and he looks at all you guys. And for anyone who got that first roll before, you can see that his eyes glint that same, like, pinkish purplish color as the guard who is using Auspex. And he says, Prince Cloud would like to extend his invitation to all of the kindred of the city in attendance to come inside. There will be alternative festivities for any mortals besides immediate needed retainers. And he looks over at what's his name? Viscount Alexander Harkin, and then he just like turns and extends an arm inwards for all the kindred of the city to enter. And then as he ushers everybody in, when what's his name, Lord Rochambeau, gets up to the door, he kind of like puts a hand on his chest very gently and leans into his ear, and he says, "While Prince Cloud does acknowledge that you are here as a guest of Dr. Freebird, I would advise, for your own safety, sir, that you stick closely to your associates and try not to ruffle any feathers."
I incline my head to the side, just a little, and then I'll look towards an associate of mine, David, or David, and I'll give him a nod as I step inside. I kind of give him one of these, like, as I head in there.
And he follows up with a nod as well and follows you close suit as he walks in more or less 2 paces besides you.
And the guy like just kind of puts his hands together as if praying and gives like a little inclination of his head to both of you. Says, "Have a lovely evening, gentlemen."
Hold on, is it true that the prince is a Native American?
Why, yes. Back in his mortal days, I suppose he would be what you would call a Native American. He is of the Iroquois tribe, though it's probably best not to bring it up.
The Iroquois, I nod.
As he mentions Native American, Logan would walk past.
Okay, and he like does the same little like hand and nod thing to you and tells you to have a lovely evening, sir.
Same to you.
Alright, so once everybody's inside, unless anyone else wants to talk to this weird dude. Christian, if your stuff's ready, you can tell everyone what you look like and shit. Still doing stuffs? Okay, no worries. Alright, so you're led into like a big what do you call it, foyer, with like 2 big giant staircases going up either side of like the back wall, and then built into the back wall is like 2 very large dark wooden doors, and then above the doors and on either side of the doors are bookshelves just like loaded with books like built into the walls. So the whole back wall is like books, huge set of doors, and then it's flanked by these 2 like big grand staircases and a chandelier of some kind. Probably not crystal or anything, probably more like it's still like cool. It's like cool metalwork, but it's not like dangly fucking crystals that you would see at like a wedding place nowadays. But then the doors open, and there is a huge ballroom with marble floors, and then at the back wall of that room, there's like a little raised part with large table, and then on either side of the room, there's another like large raised up piece on the ground with like a banister around it, and then a bunch of seats and tables on either side, and the middle of the floor all open. And there are a bunch of kindred already, and most of you who have been in the city for like longer than a couple of weeks would know that a lot of these dudes are like the who's who of the city. There's a lot of the primogenitures here. and you see, Ian, you would know this, the sheriff, kind of like off to the side in the front where the prince's table is, leaning next to the prince and like showing him a long piece of paper and pointing out a whole bunch of stuff to the prince on the piece of paper. The prince, by the way, looks like a deuce.
Logan would move over to pay his respects to the sheriff and and by extension to the prince, as they are so close, but not directly speaking to the prince because, well, he's technically independent, but because of his relationship, his camaraderie with the sheriff, he would show him the respect and by extension to the 3 steps around him, which just happened to include the prince.
Also near the prince, you would see another gentleman. Those of any of you of the French characters that have been in the old world in the last probably decade would recognize Mr. Eric Renoir, who is a barrister of some repute that has been known for about the last 10 years. And also those of you of the Venturi would know of his particularly old age, as well as a rumor of the possibility of him being associated with the Camarilla Inquisition.
Right on. Oh yeah. So anyway, like I should have probably described better. Like the front of or the very back of the room where the prince is sitting, with the raised little platform and the table, is where all of the prince and his very close associates sit. That guy who let everybody in the toga is like milling about, talking to various different members of like the Primogen, and he's also going back and forth talking to like the Anarch guys. Anyone who actually here is an Anarch would notice sitting in the table closest to the prince in the left section. There's the left and right section on the back. So the closest to the prince in the left section, there is one Dr. Hans Freebird, leader of the local Anarch movement, and with him are his associates. Where are his associates? Yes, his associates, Boyd Browning and Nick Mountbatten. And Nick Mountbatten is a lanky, tall son of a bitch, and he motions to Lord Rochambeau and David, I mean, to come over and sit near him and Dr. Freebird. He looks at this, by the way.
Oh, blimey, it's good to see you, salty sons of bitches.
Nicholas, it's good to see you as well, my dear friend. How have you been doing?
Oh, you know, shitty as always, having to come to these fucking things to make sure me balls don't get chopped off and hung off the old wharf. What?
And we all give off a hearty laugh with this joke. Nah. And as you as well, Dr. Hans Freebird, how are you doing? And as he bows somewhat.
David, you are a true shining example of what we expect all of our freshies to try to accomplish. Nick here says that you've been quite the asset at all his rabble-rousing ruckus.
Mr. Freebird, I think that
Dr. Freebird.
Dr. Freebird, as always, I think Nick oversells me. He is a man of passion, as always. I am merely a good associate of yours, And I would like you to treat me as an equal, nothing more, nothing less.
And that, and he pats you on like the chest, is exactly what I was talking about. And my friend Lord Rochambeau, I see you're back at it again with the white boots.
I nod towards him, but it looks obvious that I'm distressed, perhaps not pleased, as I'm grinding my teeth together.
I'm surprised they didn't rip you limb from limb when you walked into this place.
I must say that the Princess Peace is still standing, but I will say that I do not enjoy this company. We should not be sitting at the same table with these, and I gesture offhandedly towards the people sitting near the prince.
I do believe that is why he sectioned off the place.
Yes.
Queer though. Did you notice a smell in here?
I look from right to left. What do you mean?
He sniffs the air and like wafts the air towards his nose with his hands. You smell anything amiss?
Well, of course, Doctor. There is always the ventrue scum who try to keep us down, and he gives the good doctor a good smile.
Now. I see you have much fire in your belly, but we are here to talk treaties. Best not to poke the hornet's nest too early.
As he mentions treaties, the leather gloves that I have when I clench my hands, it makes this like awesome breaking sound. And I'll say, I will not take part in any signing of treaties with this scum. There are plenty of treaties that they have sent our way, plenty of acts, and the people of this Massachusetts Bay are always under their thumb. And as I say that, I turn rather abruptly and make my way out of the building.
All right, and you see as you're leaving, Nick Mountbatten will snap his fingers, and two of these big burly anarchs will follow you out and make sure that you get out okay. And they grab the toga guy and drag him down the fucking driveway with you and make him unlock the gate. All right. So yes, back to Ian going up to the sheriff and the prince.
He'd be respectfully careful in how many paces he keeps a distance from the prince. He keeps the social standard of distance.
Yeah.
And,
John, the old crow, does not. He just walks right up to the prince and sets a goblet down in front of him.
The prince and the sheriff both look up at you, and the sheriff makes an angry face, and the prince just puts a hand up to his shoulder, and he looks down at the goblet and back up at you, and leans forward a little bit and just continues to look at you.
This is a gift for you.
What is in this cup?
It will turn it upside down, there's nothing in it.
Oh. He picks it up and looks it over. And he hands it off to that Malkavian with the toga who has just rushed back in. And then looks up at you and says, what is this? Is this just a cup?
Everything you drink from it tastes of good wine.
Alcohol, eh?
Oh, yes. Without the impairing effects.
Interesting. Have you met the prince before? PJ?
What?
Would your character have met the prince before or been in the city long?
Yeah.
Okay. What's his name again? Because you don't have the thing up.
Jan the Old Crow. like the old, the German version of John, Jan.
Okay. Well, thank you for the gift, old crow. Though it's not necessary to bring me something every time you see me.
Well, always want to stay on the good side.
You like fake laughs and nods.
You see the other gentleman, that old gentleman you know to be older, older lineage, leans over to the prince as if to speak, and
Prince
I'm not
extends an ear.
I'm not going to purposefully whisper this in character, but if people hear it, they hear it. It is of tradition in the old world that gifts are to be brought regularly.
Yes, I know, but I have so many cups.
The gentleman shrugs and allows the prince back to his duties.
Thank you, old crow, again, for the lovely cup. Please avail yourself of the refreshments that Lord Valentine has procured for us this evening from Haiti. Or, sorry, Saint-Domingue. Haiti's not a thing yet.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I will do this. And then he will walk over to the Anarch leader and give him an identical cup.
Alright, so Hans Freeberg just looks up at you and he's like, "Ah, and who are you and what is this?"
Oh, I am Jan the Old Crow, and I've given you a gift for anything you put in this will taste like tasty wine.
Ah, so you'll be wanting to join the movement then?
Oh, no, I am good living by myself.
Well, then thank you for your contribution, lad. And he, slaps you on the shoulder. You have thanks of the Anox for... He looks at the cup. What's it made of?
It's probably like silver.
Ah, yes. This will definitely put a dent in our debts at the ale house. Ha, 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 ha.
I mean, when he slaps him, he feels like, while there's a lot of, clothing on Jan, he's, a real thick, sturdy dude.
Ah. Built like a brick outhouse.
Yeah, I'm from good stock, yeah.
Oh, it doesn't mean what it means over here, let me tell you.
Oh well.
Well, have a seat here if you'd like, or I don't really care.
No, I will just watch from afar, and the Old Crow will move away from both factions, and he just is sitting watching them both intently.
Okay. The prince looks up at you, Ian, after seeing you standing there for a while and says, "Is there something you need help with?"
As you.
What? I didn't hear you.
Just paying my respects as usual.
Oh, well, yes. Hello. Logan, how is your farm and the family?
Both are well. And yourself?
Well, he holds up the scroll, or the big roll of paper that he's looking at, up to my eyeballs in paperwork, as usual.
I was just about to ask. I thought I asked what was new.
Ah,
Kind of gives a chuckle.
oh, that good Canadian humor really warms my heart. Please avail yourself of the refreshments provided from Lord Valentine.
Thank you. And he'll step back and offer a slight bow. And he'll nod towards the sheriff. And He will take up a seat that is very close to the Independents, but not sitting with them particularly.
Okay, you can find a seat off to the side by yourself. That's fine. Near the Independents, who are on the left side of the room, near the Anarchs. And then everybody would see a large group of, actually not that large of a group, a semi-large group of people dressed in, I don't know, it looks like a lot of silks, and like, not brightly per se, but like vibrantly colored clothes, and they all bear a like insignia of some kind that looks like a giant G. And they come walking in.
Out of character, I think we all know what this is, but should we be making rolls to identify it in character or no?
Yeah, if you want, roll like an int kindred lore to see if you know what it is. But I would assume that most of you do. Like anyone, you know what? If you have age, you don't have to fucking roll anything.
Okay.
Alright, cool, no problem.
So they're Giovanni, for sure. And this guy sort of goes up to the prince, and
just a question for roleplay purpose.
Sure.
This Giovanni G that they're using, is it anywhere remotely similar to the Freemason G?
Let me look up the Freemason G.
They're the same ones that they use in the Modern Knights. No, they don't look anything similar.
Okay.
Well, I know out of game I know that they don't, but I don't know if I was curious as if they were, hiding in amongst.
No, I don't. I mean, they might be. The fucking Duncerns definitely are part of the Scottish Rite.
Yeah.
But this guy goes up and like bows before the prince. It says, "My name is Dante Sabino Giovanni. I am here to pay my respects to the prince and offer him a gift as I am a new rival to the city. I am here on behalf of my uncle, Nino Giovanni, and I wish to give you the deed to a lovely vessel on which I crossed the ocean on the La Tincta." And he hands him like this weird fucking document with ribbons and stuff hanging off it. And he doesn't hand it to him. He like puts it down on the table in front of him, and like a blueprint type thing down on the table as well. Unrolls it. This will be parked for your personal use at the Long Wharf. And it's just like the scroll shows the schematic, or like the fucking chopped up view of a like large ship called La Tinta.
Hey, Jake.
Yes.
Can you roll me 10 dice? And if I have a success, I'd like to know if they brought any wraiths with them, because I'm looking at the Shadowlands.
I do. How many dice?
10.
Okay. There's no ghosts around this guy, but when you look over at the guy who he indicated as his uncle, you see he's got a couple. He's got like a couple of fucking items and stuff on him that seem to give off a ghostly presence.
Okay, thanks.
Mostly his jewelry and the buttons of his coat. And then that guy goes up to the prince and puts a shoulder on his puts a hand on his shoulder and leans in and says something in his ear. And the prince nods. And they go and sit off towards the right side of the room.
After the moved off, I suppose, Alexander will walk up and he will give a courtly bow and flourish first to the sheriff and then a much deeper one to the prince. very politely, and he will say, good evening, Your Highness. My name is Alexander Harkin, freshly arrived from London. I bring you the compliments of my sire, Hallstatt, and the inner council of the Camarilla.
Yes, I was informed of your coming. It is a great pleasure to have you amongst the kindred of the city, and I do believe that you could not have come at a better time, as relations are shaky as of late, and we hope to remedy that tonight.
Indeed, peace and prosperity for all.
Please sit at my table.
I thank you. With that in mind, my gift, if I may.
Yes,
He will and one of the two women will walk forward with a small folded piece of paper, and he will very calmly slide it across the table, either to the sheriff or to the prince, whoever wishes to pick it up.
The prince will nod and smile at the lady, and then pick up the paper and open it.
Basically, it's an agreement that there will be for the next 2 months, there will be a higher tariff in London on his furs when they come in for import.
Ah, lovely.
And I thank you for the invitation to your table, he will say as he very calmly takes the designated seat.
Yeah, he gives you one off to his 2 seats away from him on the right hand side. Not the seat directly next to him on the right, the one after that.
Yep, that's fine. Alexander will take his seat. He's got a calm smile on his face always.
Except, yeah, he's hiding the fact that he's got a huge erection now. The prince is come sit at my table. Senpai noticed him instantly.
That's okay, Senpai. Sorry, anyway.
That's it.
And the mention of the sire piqued the interest of the gentleman that's been sitting here by the prince, as you saw his one eyebrow heightened at the mention of that name.
Alright, you see that, Evan, for sure.
Alexander will give the was it Doctor? Oh no, it was Mr. What was it? The name there, William?
He held no title. He's just known as being like I said, if you've been in France in the last about 10 years, he's a known attorney.
Okay. In that case, Alex will just give him a friendly nod from where he's sitting. And yeah.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. I don't know. Would he know, Jake, would he know about that this guy is as old as he is?
Would Evan know that your guy is as old as he is?
Yeah.
I don't know. Evan, make a fucking int cam lore.
Okay, 7. Difficulty?
6, I guess.
Or Ventrue lore.
Or Ventrue.
Gotta work
if you got that higher.
In that case, that'll be 3 successes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you know about this guy. You can tell him about you if you want. Will.
Yeah, he's of significant age, and it's a running belief in the higher powers of the Camarilla that Mr. Renaud here is either working with or for or has some pull in the Inquisition.
Okie dokie.
By the way, Evan, since you're sitting at the table, you can see the schematic or whatever for La Quinta, and it seems to be some sort of Spanish galleon with what looks to be about 200 guns on it. And 3 masts.
That's a big ship.
Yes. It's the Escalade of ships. and then another another person will walk into the room from like the doors that everyone had been let in before. And what happens? See, there's like some effects. Oh, okay. First thing that happens when the doors open is you smell a smell. That smells kind of like a smelly smell. Smelly smell. It smells smelly, but it smells like grave dirt and like the sweet smell of rotting flesh. You can hear like a buzzing noise, and like the flowers and stuff that are adorning the room as this figure passes through the room, like shy away from him, and if he gets too close, they like start to wilt. And a guy looking like this dude comes up before the prince. Like not even he's basically in the center of the room. The prince looks over at him. The room gets very quiet. Prince nods at him and says, "Father." And he nods back at the prince, and then goes and sits in that seat right next to you, Evan. And this dude stinks like the grave.
Do you want me to?
Flies coming out of his jacket and stuff, and like around his neck and from the parts of his around his ears and the hood.
Do you want me to make any kind of roll, or am I cool to just kind of smile in my polite way and like bid him good evening, or would you like me to retch or anything, you know?
Do a appearance etiquette to appear regular when you see this fucking smelly bug-covered guy come and sit next to you, then next to the prince.
Okie dokie. Which is good because I get one success with a.
You're good then. You don't obviously look grossed out, but he doesn't seem to pay you much mind.
Okie dokie.
He whispers something in the prince's ear, and the prince nods. Not super quiet so that you can't hear it, but it's in Latin.
I really need to write down languages, but yeah, that's cool.
That's for sure. Another guy takes a seat on the other side of the prince. He looks like this guy. This sheriff says, Baron Octavius. Very nice. If you could join us. Hey Christian, how you doing?
Waiting for a good position.
Right now's a good position.
Right. As the goings-on happens, a gentleman enters the room. I guess through. Is there a Nosferatu entrance, or is the front entrance perfectly fine for this situation?
Yeah, they'll usher you through the back. Like when you approach, they'll take you through the slave entrance.
Understood. And as this gentleman enters, from what I'm sure everyone notices is the lesser entrance, he kind of just sticks to where the Independence would be and just quietly goes there. Doesn't try to put too much eyes on him.
All right.
Logan would nod to him.
Clearly a Nosferatu dressed in a suit, well, at least trying to be modest, and he has boils going down from the back of his neck. You can tell that there should be more underneath where the suit does cover. Perhaps some on his hands, and if you look closely at his face, you see his eyes are sunken in. He is probably 2 or 3 hairs, if you can picture, on top of his head, and a cleft V-shaped chin. It looks like it's It looks like during Embrace it was like stretched out, very cartoon-like. And he just moseys on over.
You'll notice that there aren't any other Nosferatu in here that you see.
Logan would nod to him, though, as he approaches the Independence area.
He would nod back, kind of just waving and taking a seat, unless you offer him to sit next to you.
He doesn't offer either way, just being friendly.
Okay.
Ish.
Yeah, he just sits by himself. No, I gotcha. I take note that there's no Nosferatu, by the way, and I cry internally, and it intensifies.
All of a sudden, that guy with the toga glides up behind you, and he puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "Don't be sad."
You always seem to notice.
Well, you are the only Nosferatu in here, and I noticed that you looked very super sad, so I brought you this. And he has like a dish, one of those silver dishes with a little like dome top on it.
I open the dome.
There's a bloody hunk of some sort of organ. It's not a complete organ. It's just like some portion of a bloody organ.
I finger test the organ, basically just putting a finger on it and tasting the blood.
Like human blood. Tastes like
Human
it's from
blood?
a lady. Tastes
Alright.
like it's from a lady.
I say thank you as I take it off and put it in front of me on the table.
He like smiles and walks away.
As soon as he does, I try to get rid of it. Not as quick as possible, but just patiently, as no one looks.
Alright. You could like toss it into a potted plant or something.
Perfect.
You notice like pretty much as soon as you do that, like 3 or 4 cats start bothering the potted plant.
One can never win, I say to myself, and I move away from that table and the potted plant.
This dude pipes up like, "Alright, we don't have all bloody night. Let's get things going." And the prince will he'll nod and he'll stand up. And he'll put his hand on the angry-looking Gangrel Sheriff's shoulder again. He's like, "It's cool, bro. Like, relax. They're anarchs. It's not a big deal." He stands up and he says, "Kindred of the city of Boston, we gather here today as peaceful co-inhabitants of the same land. My esteemed counterpart, Dr. Hans Freebird, has agreed to bring his contingent here for a peace meeting and treaty signing to consolidate our efforts against the Sabbat until we both have had the time and resources to properly establish a foothold in the colonies for our respective sects. Dr. Freebird, if you would please come up here and say a few words to the gathering." He and Hans Freebird kind of like rolls his eyes, and the other anarchs kind of chuckle and stuff. And then he starts to mosey up to the stage. And he says, "Oh, kindred of the city, I think that now is the time." And then everyone hears a bunch of incredibly loud noise coming from out front of the mansion. It sounds like people blowing brass instruments really haphazardly, and like with no tune, and it's causing an absolutely awful ruckus, and you can't hear the rest of what he's saying. And you see Freebird start to get very angry. He says, like, what is all that racket? And everyone gets like super stunned and listens to the nice racket and doesn't say anything. And then the dude in the toga will be like, oh, I'll go take a look. And he goes and opens the front doors.
Logan will follow him.
Okay. Anybody else gonna go outside?
I wouldn't. I figure it's just the anarchs being anarchs.
I'm kind of with him on that. Anarchs being anarchs, yeah.
Except it's the anarch that's getting pissed off at it.
Well, I thought the gangrel got. I thought it was the sheriff.
No. The anarch leader is like he's being interrupted while he's speaking by this.
Oh, whoa! I thought the prince was speaking. All right, I'll go check it out. My bad. Whoops.
Okay. So whoever goes outside, who is going outside, by the way?
I am. I would.
Logan is.
Alright. Anybody else going once? Going twice? Alright, cool. So just you guys go outside. And you will see, as soon as you leave the mansion, down at the bottom of the hill, there's like a bunch of people right outside the locked gate, like bashing cymbals together and like hitting drums, and they somehow have like French horns and like tubas and trombones and all manner of brass instruments. One of them's got like a flute, and he's just like blowing into it, making a shrill screech. But they all seem to be wearing British soldier uniforms, although a lot of them look to be Native American, and they're all really disheveled.
It looks like our Native American friends have taken up the American way. I look to Logan.
The Native American Logan would look back at him like, yeah, alright, I'll go see what the hell's going on. And Logan will head down towards the crowd.
I smile and I follow you as I meant to say that. I know you're Native.
And as soon as you guys start approaching the gate, one of the guys drops his French horn, and he runs up to the gate and goes, yeah, that's right, you fucking scumbags, come fight me! And he pulls down his pants and turns around and moons you guys and like pulls his sack between his legs so it's under his butt, and he just like shakes his butt at you guys and slaps his ass and starts saying, come fight me, you fucking cowards! And the rest of them start doing rude gestures as well and blowing on their instruments.
As we head down the hill, I tap on his shoulder, Logan's, and I say, should we be careful that this isn't some sort of ruse?
Yes.
Fuck the prince! And
he'll hold up a finger to the person behind him. Did he just say what I thought I heard him say?
Yeah, fuck the prince, fuck Camarilla, a bunch of fucking nerds.
I immediately turn back around and I run towards inside.
Alright, both of you guys make a perception alertness as you're going back inside.
Logan's not going anywhere, but 5 dice, please.
Also, those of you still inside, Renoir speaks openly, this time not leaning towards the prince.
Yeah, Ian, what's the 5 dice for?
You said a perception alertness?
Oh yeah, sure.
I unblocked the camera for it to roll, so 4 for me. I got 1, 2, 3.
Alright, right on.
Prince, are such distractions during your courtly meetings typical in this new world?
No. Freebird, what is the meaning of this? Freebird's like, what? Me? Obviously, you think that this is some kind of joke, and you people can just make a fool of me while I'm trying to speak. And then everyone inside also make a perception alert.
Oh, never mind.
Well, actually, go ahead. I'll let them do it after you say your thing. Go ahead.
After I walk in, I kind of...
Oh, by the way, Christian, you would have heard, or you would have seen a bunch of other redcoats coming up around the back and sides of the place.
I yell out, we're being surrounded into the halls, and I say, some sort of prince aggressors, as they do not like you.
The prince says, "What?" And then everyone can roll perception on witnesses. Ian, you would have saw the same thing.
Okay, so I'm rolling again.
No, you're still outside, but you would have saw the same thing. Like, you see that this place is being surrounded, and then Ian, you will actually everyone roll your perception alertnesses, and then I'll tell you.
7.
If the difficulty is 6, I got 4.
Only the one.
Okay. Alright, so anyone who got any successes, you hear a bunch of bottles breaking, and then you see that there are Molotov cocktails being whipped at the sides and front of the houses, and the stables and carriages in back are also being bombarded with fire. Everybody
Damn.
roll a rock trick. Ian, these dudes on the back and sides of this of the estate are whipping Molotov cocktails from outside the
Holy
gate.
shit. Okay. What's the difficulty of the Rorschach roll?
House is on fire, or
Probably
like the grounds and house are being set on fire. So let's just say 7.
4 successes. Yay!
I need 5, please.
Damn it. I'm going to round the house and try to grab one of these soldiers.
They're outside of the locked gate.
4 successes. I'm not phased.
But you got none, Will, for your dude.
Enjoy your fear frenzy.
Copy that.
You gotta get the fuck out of here. They're firebombing the place.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip a willpower and roll 4.
All right. Good thing you did.
Mm-hmm. I'll return a few moments later after the willpower has been expended to come out of it.
Okay. Prince also starts making a run for it. Let's see about the Anarch later.
We must remain calm, gentlemen. If we panic, this will all become far worse.
Alright, so the Prince, the Anarch leader, start bolting for the door. The sheriff's trying to maintain order.
Charisma leadership to try and calm people down, maybe? Ish?
Give me 1 second, because I'm going to go outside real quick. So, Ian, you're behind this locked gate, and these guys are like, ha, get ready to burn, you can, you fuck.
Son of a bitch, too many mortals. He's going to try to reach through, because it's like a barred gate, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to reach through the bars and basically grab the guy and pull him really hard against the gate. Basically knock his ass out.
Okay. You stick your arms through the gate as far as you can, you stretch for him, and he just stands like just too far away from where you are, and he spits on your hands. He goes, ha, you fucking asshole! And the spit on your hand is blood.
He's going to reach back in the gate and pull off a glove. And then reach back through and slap him across the face with it.
You have to make a frenzy test.
Yeah, you have to make a frenzy test, Ian, because you were outside and they were launching fucking bottles of fire.
Well, not for that. It's you're being mocked and humiliation. It's a frenzy test. It's just a trigger.
Okay, spending willpower, and can somebody roll me 4 dice, please? It's self-control, right?
Yeah, you have 1 self-control roll and then 1 Rorschach roll, and then 1 courage roll.
Alright, so there's your self-control, and then what's your courage?
My courage is also 4. I'll also spend a willpower.
Alright, you get no successes, you rot Shrek.
I said I spent a willpower.
Yeah,
you said you spent a willpower on your other roll, actually.
I said I
spent it on both, but there's 2 1s there.
Yeah, but that negates it being a botch, though.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. You still frenzy.
He's not saying you botch. He said you still frenzy either way.
Okay.
A botch
only frenzy on a botch. You frenzy on a failure.
Yeah, if you botch, you lose a permanent virtue.
Okay. Spending a willpower to try to control it.
Oh, yeah, not right now. Not yet. He just fucking got fucking frenzied for a little bit.
I mean, no, he can spend a willpower to direct his actions, but he still has to. He's still flipping out. He can't. He
But he
doesn't
can't
come
do it
out
on
of-
the same round. Like, it's the
Oh, well,
same
he
round.
doesn't
Well,
I thought it was instinctive. Okay, sorry.
I'll let you do it on your turn again.
Are you on humanity?
Yes.
All right. But yeah, everyone who is not rot shrekking and is not Ian, because we're going back inside. What are you guys doing?
I would have taken the opportunity as soon as I saw to obfuscate and get the fuck out.
All right. How you plan on leaving?
Whatever Nosferatu way there was to get in, seeing as how most of the front entrance is being bombarded.
Okay, so you start to scuttle through the slave like twists and turns, little like alleyways and stuff that they have built into the building, so that the slaves can move around unseen. And it comes out the back towards the servants' quarters, and you notice that the servants' quarters and the stables and most of the carriages are on fire. And a lot of these redcoats are like running away. Some of them run north towards Beacon Hill, and some of them run south towards the water.
I will run northeast to head towards, Barton Point.
Well, there's like a gate, a big like wrought iron
there
fence
is.
around the place, so you're gonna have to do like a
Athletics.
athletics to like leap it or climb it or something.
Sure. I'll go ahead. Is it Dex or Strength for that?
Dex.
Sure. I'll roll. No successes.
All right. You like jump up and grab the top of the fence and then like fall off.
I attempt it again after everyone goes.
All right. So what is Viscount Alexander Harkin doing?
The Viscount is going to attempt to calm the prince down. He's going to basically make sure the prince gets out of the building.
Okay. So roll your thing.
Okie dokie.
Do you have enchanting voice?
Beg your pardon?
Do you have enchanting voice?
I do not, in fact, have enchanting voice. I should listen to this accent.
In addition to that, Jake, also Renoir would also be activating his obfuscate as well, specifically to include himself and the prince.
Is the prince a member of the Camarilla, or does he consider himself such?
Of course, he's a prince.
Okay, then that means I get a -1 to the difficulty because I'm a rising star if I interact with people of the Camarilla. So.
Sure.
Wow, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 successes to calm the prince down.
Alright, say your thing.
Okay, scratch that then, Jake. Seeing that this gentleman has acted in the defense in the prince's defense, I will extend that obfuscate as to him as well.
Alright.
And basically cloak the homies here.
Okay. And what are you saying to the prince, Evan?
I'm saying, Your Highness, you mustn't show weakness in the face of these dogs. I'm sure. Come. We must get away.
Oh, of course you're right. He like follows you.
And in that,
how do you guys plan on leaving now that you're all cloaked?
a question, Will. Can you also cloak my minions? Because otherwise they will die, and I will be sad.
Well, I'm pretty sure Obfuscate 6 can pull that off.
Excellent. Then that raises the question: how to get out?
You can leave through the front door that you went in through, or you can leave through the servant quarter, like the slave entrance.
Probably leaving through the slave entrance, as undignified as it is, but it's probably the safer option.
Okay, same thing I described to Christian. You actually see the Nosferatu like fall off the top of the fence while trying to like get out. Big fenced-in yard. All the carriages are on fire. Your carriage, in fact, is on fire, and the stables and servant's house are on fire. And now the main house, the roof, is on fire. Yes, the roof. The roof is on fire.
We don't need that.
that case, I think we'll probably go up and over the wall. The best idea.
Athletics is from you guys.
I'm going to bleed 4 blood into my dexterity.
Oh, I should have spent blood.
Two successes to jump the wall.
Yep, you get over. The prince just kind of puts a hand on top and, like, vaults himself over the side.
Okay, I need 11, please.
Sure. You are great at whatever you're doing.
That was the vault. That was vaulting the wall.
You do the same as the prince, and it looks like you actually go over him, and it's like a sweet little trick. And this dude in a Bam Margera t-shirt, like, films it. Anyway, then he disappears as the technocracy, like, erases that moment in history.
Nice.
PJ, what do you do?
I'll spend 2 blood, and I'm running out the back where the prince is going. And can you roll me willpower? Dip 7.
How much willpower?
9.
You got lots and lots of successes.
Sweet.
Yes.
So I summon up 7 ghosts, and I will have them just like pick me up and float me over the top.
Okay.
I see this and I just am astounded how he's floating.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking understand what just happened.
This dude just like hits up the Jesus Christ pose and floats gently over the fence, and then like his feet are gently put down, and you hear like, that's it.
Sick. I mean, he's going to become a fucking saint again. Jesus.
The Giovanni are like,
And somewhere, and about 100 years later, about 100 years later, he becomes the emphasis of the sermons of an angry God sermon.
You see, PJ, like the 2 Giovanni, just like potence leap over the wall, and they both, like, their heads turn at you as you float over, and like they run in slow motion, kind of. You see their faces like contorted in confusion, and then they continue booking it down towards the south, towards the water.
It should be noted that if they can see the wraiths, these aren't wraiths, these are what are called drones, and they're mindless shells of the dead, not actual wraiths.
Okay. Probably the older one would have just like seen it, but the younger one wouldn't have even thought to do it. So he just kind of looks and is like, the fuck? And then his uncle's like, why the fuck is he able to do that? And he keeps running.
Okay.
But all these really important people in their really fancy clothes are just, like, hauling ass through the streets of Boston in the middle of the night.
Okay, so I got these seven bros will hang out for the rest of the night with me.
Alright. They just kind of, like, knock their heads into stuff and, like, float around lampposts.
Yeah, they're definitely soft heads. Like, but I tell the prince, if he would like an escort, my services could be provided to do such for him.
And just as you say that, a bunch of the sheriff's men start rounding the corner with the sheriff leading
sweet.
them. And he gathers up the prince, and he's like, here, like, stay close with me and everything. We're gonna drive them off. And he starts running around towards the front of the house after, like, the prince gets like pushed into a carriage.
Okay.
David, what are you doing?
Well, depends on what is the Anarchs doing. Besides holding ass, that is.
Running, mostly hauling ass. Some of them, Mountbatten actually runs to the front, because he thinks that he's like in for a fight, and you see him as you go out the front or whatever.
I'll follow
Or
him
if you follow
because
him.
he is my dear pal.
He celerity runs down the driveway, and I'll roll for him actually. He tries to hop over the fence.
Jumping is difficult to tree, actually.
For
As with the
leaping
rule books.
high? Like leaping over something?
Yeah, jumping. Difficult to tree. Each success is 2 feet.
Oh, okay, right on.
Strength athletics.
Yep.
Oh, it's strength?
You could jump over the thing, but I thought you were trying to climb over it.
Oh, no, it's good. I'm just fucking with you.
No, you're not. I'm sorry, Christian. I'm sorry I led you astray.
Emo.
He jumps, like, real high. He jumps over the fence. And we'll try to land on the dude who was mooning Ian. Ian, you can roll for your thing now.
Okay,
But still Eric's turn. Like, I'm just letting you roll for your to get, like...
Isn't it okay? Isn't it okay? So I roll my willpower to regain control over myself, or
You have to remove the stimuli. Like you have to be away from the fire for a while. If you and then
it wasn't the fire that set me off.
Yes, it was.
I thought it was the taunting.
No.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to.
The fire was initial. The fire was an initial one. The taunting just made it that much worse.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to jump the gate and get some distance between me and the fire. Then.
Yeah, you're gonna frenzy for like 10 minutes.
All right, so Eric, what are you doing after you see this dude jump the fence?
Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna poke one blood into strength and one blood into potence and jump the fence as well.
All right, do it up.
So that would be 8 dice plus 2 automatic successes. Boom. I jump a motherfucking fence.
Fuck your fence.
Can I get 5 dice for my jumping of the fence, please?
Yeah, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to the first.
You jump up and get like your chest up to the top of the fence, and then you like have to grab on and pull yourself over. So it's not one fluid move, but you get yourself over the fence.
Okay.
And now there's a group of like
back to this incarnation of first annual Kindred Olympics.
There's a group of like 6 of these red coat, disheveled looking dudes who are out front. They drop their instruments and like seem like they were getting ready for a fight with you guys.
I'm following the sheriff around, by the way.
The sheriff and a bunch of his men round the corner with PJ. Christian, you make it over the fence.
Ha! If you don't succeed, try again.
Jake, Renoir, remaining in obfuscation, will simply reach into pull back the long coat that he had on, and draw his saber and wade into the combat that's about to happen.
All right, so everybody roll for initiative, and just like put it on your counter if you can. Ian, I'll do you and PJ. Here's Ian, you got 7. PJ, you got 10.
All right, how do you roll that, Jake?
What do you mean? You roll the 1 die and you add your wits and dex.
Okay. So that's going to be a add 9 to mine, please.
I got my initiative is 15.
If you want, guys, just put it in the chat. You got 13, Will.
Okay, 13, you say?
Yes, 13.
Okay.
Do you want to put mine down in the chat, Jake?
I don't know what to add.
Oh, my initiative is at 22.
All right. All right, and then for the sheriff and Nick. Oh, Sheriff's at 17.
Are we doing reverse declare or just top down, or what's the dealio?
I'm gonna do reverse, but I'm gonna once I have everyone's initiative, I'm gonna just write myself a list in the chat. What can do it? Alright, so Christian, are you gonna join the combat?
Yeah, sorry, muted. I would, but as soon as he looks that way, he turns around and starts heading in the opposite direction.
Alright, fair escape back to wherever you're going.
Cool, thank you.
Alright, so I'm gonna go backwards order. I'm making all the bad guys go on the same turn because they're so fucking synchronized. They're like an ultimate fighting force. There's 6 of them. So Eric, what are you doing?
I am. I'm just drawing my knife, doing nothing else but that, spending 1 blood into dexterity, leaving me at maybe, I would say, fuck, for the sake of it, I would actually roll 1d10 and see how much blood I actually have within me. 5. So that would be 1 blood into dexterity. So that leaves me at 4. I'm actually kind of hungry.
Okay.
But just being on the defensive with my knife.
Alright. Nick Mountbatten is going to just start like pugilisming these dudes. Who's next? Will.
Will you allow a roll in this sense? Specifically, a roll intelligence investigate or wits investigation rather to determine if there appears to be a leader or someone acting in that stead.
Sure, yeah. How
Give me
many
9, please.
Okay, yeah. So the guy who was mooning Ian seems to be the ringleader, and he is.
Call shot to the neck.
Okay, right on. It'll be diff 9, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so next would be Ian.
Okay, I'm spending 3 blood to blood boost me up to my max, up to 5s across the board, which moves my initiative up to 16, just so you know. And I am just going
Move
to
your initiative up by blood.
increases my dexterity.
Yeah, but it doesn't move your initiative up unless you had spent it before initiative.
Oh, fair enough then.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing that.
Fine, fair enough. I am going to just basically knock the senses out of the guy directly in front of me.
Ian, you're frenzying for 10 minutes. What are you talking about?
Knocking the crap out of the person that's directly in front of me, blocking my way.
But you're fear frenzying.
There's a group of people in front of me.
You're not going to try to run between them. You're going to run into somebody.
It doesn't make sense.
Fear frenzy. With fear frenzy, mean you would take the path of least resistance.
And we're surrounded.
There's like 6 guys.
Okay, you stated that the entire mansion was surrounded,
right,
which is significantly more than 6 guys.
And then later on, after I mentioned that, I mentioned the guys who had been doing the fire bottling fleeing to the north and south, leaving just these 6 guys.
Okay, I didn't hear anything about the number of 6 guys.
Okay, well, I've said it many times.
All right.
Okay, then he'll run then.
Okay. Bad guys will square off with each of you guys.
Alright. Again, keep in mind the fact that I'm still obfuscated before this attack happens.
Yeah, so everyone but they will square off with before the attack happens. Sheriff is going to just go after one of the random guys with claws. PJ? You are muted. Robbie,
Okay, so somebody is trying to square up on me?
yeah, this like fat dude.
Okay. I will have him pummeled by 7 ghost dudes.
Okay. What are their stats?
It just says they're like drones, so whatever you want to give them.
Alright, right on.
What the hell is that?
I'll give him a collective attack.
Alright, and then if my declared action is to punch him if he makes it to me, and I will have a carrier attack.
Alright, so you got 7 ghosts. I'll give them each 2 dice to hit.
Whatever, I don't care. I mean, that might be a little low, but I don't care.
They're like those ghosts that Gotenks spits out. They're pretty shit.
Then they should be able to explode on people and deal actual damage.
Yeah, they do. But like not anywhere near as much damage as those ghosts from the show. Alright, so we've got 7 successes to hit. Alright. Oh, it doesn't cancel out on damage. Right.
So they have like 14 damage to roll? They have like
No.
1 strength at least, right? Plus like some successes?
Yeah, but there's only 7 of them. So they get 7. Oh yeah, you're right. They get 7 and then 6 more. So 13. I roll 8. We need 5 more dice. Alright, so they do 5 bashing damage to this dude.
Yeah.
Minus the ones. Remember, minus the ones.
Not minusing 1s from damage or soak.
Yeah.
For you guys either.
Yeah, that's that was updated in the 20th hand.
Alright.
One's only count on the initial and the actual attack, not on the damage.
What else is around me, Jake? Are there trees and shit?
Oh, I'll pull up the map in just a second.
Alright, though.
He soaks it, all the bashing damage, but you see his body kind of like jiggle as he gets smashed into by these drones. And they like explode on him as they hit him.
You're making my power so bad. Alright,
Yep.
this is level, this is like my level 4 combat power, right?
Just these particular drones are pretty shit. I don't know, man. Maybe you should get better drones.
Okay.
It's not my fault your drones are so shitty.
No, listen, you're cool. It's fine.
I know.
That's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, he got the pacifist ghosts.
Yeah. The chest dudes.
They're all ghosts of people who starved to death.
They're emaciated. I call up a bunch of emaciated Ethiopian ghosts. They
Yep.
We're like, oh no.
They just flew at the guy and were like, "What's food?"
Alright, sounds good.
And they rematerialize. Back in Ethiopia.
Oh, sweet.
Alright, so the sheriff going after the one guy with his claws.
Ouch.
Fucking nerd sheriff. Alright, so he gets 4 successes. Alright, he does 8 ag. Dude, his balls. Dude soaks 1. 7 ag, I think, is in cap, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
So yeah, that guy goes down and dies.
Actually, if he's kindred, he should actually
Ash.
more than just go down. He should actually ash. Yeah.
3 ashes.
No, he's got one more health level. Till Ash.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If it's 7.
Yeah. Well, no. Once you
If
hit
you hit
in cap with
aggravated damage,
yeah, you die
Alright, sure. Alright.
for sure.
For sure.
That's how many
Yes.
health levels are on the sheet. They would put 8 if there was.
Alright, though.
It would just say dead. But yeah, he dies, and like he leaves behind some shitty red coat clothes. Don't bring your kids. Bad guy's time. Okay, so the one who is rushing at you, PJ, is gonna try to like tackle you.
Okay, well,
So-
my thing was if he got close, I get to punch him.
Alright, so go ahead and do your punch.
Alright. Alright, can you roll me 8 dice?
Mm-hmm. Four.
Alright. So you can decide what effects happen to him, but, oh yeah, now I need to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 11 dice.
Two.
This is a damage roll
Oh.
that's modified by this.
Okay, you got 4 then.
Right, 4 lethal, and I bone strike him with this.
Okay. You're trying to rend his bones?
Yeah, like with body crafts, or with bone craft. So
Okay.
I'm warping his bones.
Right on.
Damn. You make him suffer.
Ooh, boy. Alright. So he soaks 3 of it.
Sure.
But
His bones are still warped.
yeah, basically your blow when you hit him with bonecraft kind of like glances off his like upper lip and over the top of it, like up breaks his nose and goes over the top of his head, and now like it looks like as if you took like a wet sculpture of someone's face and just pushed the nose back over the top of the head like you were wiping your nose, and he's just got this streak of flat flesh that goes over the top of his head and like connects to the back of his head, and his nose is just 2 elongated holes that run like parallel to his eyes.
Wow. So did he turn him into a Cleon?
No, more like one of those fucking shitty underground elves from Fallout. I mean, not Fallout, Skyrim. Alright.
So now he makes his roll against me, I guess.
Uh-huh. He's gonna try to tackle you.
Please don't. All my ghost warriors exploded.
Alright. So what's your strength and brawl?
7.
Okay. You got 4. You got 4 also, unless you have a specialty in strength.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I do have a specialty in strong arms.
He tries to tackle you, and you just kind of catch him.
No,
Now
no,
you guys are,
no.
wrestling. One of the other dudes.
Suplex City.
One of the other dudes goes after Ian with a knife.
Okay.
You can
I'm sorry,
definitely.
not Ian. My bad. I meant Eric.
Okay.
Not Ian. Ian's running. So Eric, he goes at you. This dude comes charging at you, and his hat falls off. He's got a knife, and he's gonna try to swing it at you. And he misses and knocks your head off.
I'm as defending with a knife, so I'm just gonna roll as well and see if I get any successes and actually hit him.
All right, fuck it.
See, 3 successes. So I guess
No.
truly.
You have a knife. Your 5 and your 4 count. It's diff 4 to stab with a knife. We looked it up the other day.
It's just parrying, so I don't know. Jake, make the call.
Nah, if you're parrying, I'm gonna have it as fucking regular difficulty.
Sure. I'm just saying it says diff 4 for knives. That's why I was saying it.
Anyway, so basically he would maybe get like 2 lethal to himself as I parry.
Well, I mean, it just counts as 2 successes on an attack, so roll damage as if you had scored 2 successes on the attack.
Yeah.
Okay, do it. Okay. So
Yeah, shiv him hard.
I would just roll 9 successes.
Shiv him like a prison bitch.
9 dice. Boom.
And you had potence up, right?
Yep.
So how much else do you get?
Full needle right in the chest or whatever.
How much potence do you have?
2. But I haven't spent for opponent.
He didn't spend for it, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that's why I just asked. Alright, so 4.
Soap.
Oh, wait, they don't count, right? They don't cancel.
No, it's all soaked. We can move on. You got like 6
Yeah.
successes.
Yeah, you stab him in the arm and it just doesn't do anything. Another bad guy is going after the sheriff. After seeing him stab his buddy, he's gonna try to stab him in the back with his bayonet.
Are you giving that bonus dice or lower diff?
Giving it lower diff.
Right, the back is 2 lower diff, the side is 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be the back.
Alright, so it's like diff. What's this guy using?
It's a bayonet on the tip of the thing, but he fucking
Just essentially a spear.
Yeah, he gets 1 success.
Yeah, he definitely rolled like a sucker chump.
Yeah, he did. Rolls 1 damage, and the fucking, I'm sure that the bayonet's just gonna explode into 1,000,000 pieces. In fact,
is he personal armor?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Always and forever. Oh, fuck, how much dice does he have for some? Yeah. I mean, obviously. The fucking thing explodes. He, not only does the bayonet break, but, it bends the front of the gun upwards also and fucking ruins it. And then... That was how many? 3 or 4?
I think that was the 4th one.
Okay, so there's 2 more. One of them's going after Nick M, and then another one's going after the sheriff. Attacking Nick. His bare hands.
Also, someone who is not in mid-combat, can you double-check the stats on a sword, please?
Yeah, I can do that.
I know it's strength plus 2 damage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
strength
pretty
plus
sure
2
it's
damage,
strength
div 6 to hit. That's all.
Lethal damage.
Alright, so he punches Nick and it just like bounces off pretty much. And another one goes after the sheriff.
Dude,
This
we're
one
super
actually
good at like,
also has
bouncing off.
claws. He goes at the sheriff with his claws, screaming while he does it. Unfortunately, those 10s do not count twice. He gets 5 successes to hit.
For the sheriff, let's go.
6 damage. And sheriff soaks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes 2 aggravated damage as this dude just like rips the whole fucking like front of his shirt open and slashes into his flesh.
Oh no!
Yes. And now Ian. You
Uh,
run down the block.
Curious question, could I have spent... it's too late to spend a willpower, right?
For what?
To control my action for a turn and hit one of these bastards and basically carry him with me? As I'm running?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is not in keeping with a fear frenzy.
Spending a willpower to control my action?
Yeah, I know, but you're supposed to control your action to get away from the stimulus, which is this burning building, like not that far behind.
I'll look it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure it says that you can just direct where your frenzy. So like, it would be good if you were in town because you could force yourself to run down an alley versus running out in public.
Okay, I thought when it says control your frenzy, I thought it meant you control your frenzy, spending a willpower by spending a willpower to actually break yourself out of it for a turn to be able to do something.
I don't think it says control. I think it says direct.
Pretty sure it says control.
Yeah, double check the wording and let Jake make the call on it.
Frenzy, overcoming frenzy.
I don't know. I don't think you should be able to take combat actions during a rot trick, but I mean, read the thing.
I mean, were it not for the fact that you were also rot trekking, I would partially agree with you. But the rot trek, I mean, you're still trying to escape, make sure you escape the source of the frenzy, which is that burning building.
Which is 10 feet behind you and could fucking go down and light all the rest of the buildings in the area on fire.
I'm confused now, mostly by the size of the land we're on. We're down a hill over a.
You're just at the bottom of the hill. Like the house is on a hill. The driveway goes up the top of the hill. There's a big house on top. You're at the bottom of the hill, just outside the gate.
Okay, under Rust Trek, the red fear, 1 willpower point may be spent to maintain control for 1 turn.
What's the page reference on that?
Page reference. If you're looking at a PDF, it's 307.
Page number is 299.
Yeah. 307 if you're looking at a PDF. Second column of the
But you're still fear frenzy. I understand controlling your frenzy, but like I'm pretty sure that like what PJ said is what they mean. Like
no, he's right. It says that he may maintain control. So, I mean, if he wants to try to grab somebody, he should be able to.
I mean, like I said, yeah, if you want to make the ST call otherwise, so be it. But I mean,
that's fine. Whatever. Go ahead and roll the.
And he is technically still running away from it. He's just controlling it so he can take one of these bastards with him.
Go ahead and try.
Dex plus brawl, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So
or no, it's strength plus brawl because you're trying to grapple them.
Strength plus brawl. Okay, so 8 dice. I have vicious specialty. Plus I have
That's
potence.
not gonna help. Vicious isn't gonna help.
Okay, well, still 8 dice plus potence.
Are you activating your potence?
Potence. That'd be on the damage side of things.
No, it's
Are
not.
you activating your
Yeah,
potence?
it has. It's not. It has to
Well,
be
that's
active.
something you have to declare at the beginning of the round. But
Potence. I thought the strength boost was permanent.
it is a permanent strength boost. Jake was just asking if you spent the blood to have it be auto successes.
No, it's not an auto success. That's more for the I was mentioning it for more of the damage side of things.
You don't deal damage with a grapple.
Okay. Alright, then it's just 8 dice.
Okay. Alright, he's got to roll opposed. Which one are you grabbing?
Closest one to me. Probably the one going after the person that went over the fence right behind me.
He's going after one, I guess, with Eric, yeah.
Nope. Okay.
2, 4, 5. Yeah.
Nope.
He actually grabs you.
Okay. I'm running.
You are not running.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
running.
He stops you.
Oh,
He's
okay.
able to,
You are grappled.
which actually that actually works out to your advantage actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Now you can attack him.
Yeah.
You can't attack him because you just took an action, but you're out. You are still in frenzy, but your frenzy will allow you to attack the person holding.
Yep.
All right. So, Will, your turn to do the next shot.
Give me 12, please.
Okay.
12.
Also, I am looking at my combat notes as this was targeted. I'm going to say that this was a precise target, i.e. the eye, heart, lock, which is a +3 difficulty and an additional 2 to the damage, unless you want to rule it otherwise.
No, that's good. You hit like with 2 or 3 successes.
Okay. So that'll be a strength +2, so that's 4, and 4 on die with 2 additional.
All right. One, 2, 3.
4 damage.
Okay.
It's all lethal. Very soakable.
One, 2, 3. Soaks 3 of it.
Can you pull up that map and see if there's vegetation around me?
Yeah. Not really. You're pretty central in the city, but
That's cool.
Am I able to disengage after the attack?
Yeah. But I mean, it breaks your obfuscate.
Well, wouldn't the attack would break it anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can disengage unless they try to chase you.
Well,
Even if you try to chase, it'll work too, because it'll get him away from his group.
that's not necessarily true. He can immediately roll a Vanish from the Mind's Eye because he obviously has enough Obfuscate to hide other people. So if he rolls his Vanish, then he gets to attack and not be seen.
Alright, so see that green dot?
Yeah?
Yeah.
See the street to the right of it?
Yeah?
That's where you guys are.
Okay, cool.
All right, in that case, I'll disengage again. Yeah, if that's the case, then I'll disengage and try to pop back into Obfuscate.
Alright, go for it.
Which, if that's the case, I'll just
Yeah. Do you guys say how many dice you roll, though? See if you do.
All right. Remind me, it's Dex Stealth, I believe.
Nope. Not for Vanish. It's Charisma Stealth.
I was
Charisma. Wow.
Jabroni.
Since you're disappearing in front of a crowd, it's the highest of wits plus alertness.
So that's 5
Or
versus
7 for the bad guys. Like if anyone has it higher than 7, that's the bad guys.
Okay.
So,
All right. So no stealth, which I'm surprised I didn't put on this character.
yeah, I don't know if you can even hide people if you
6.
don't.
Yeah, it would be 6. The charisma stealth would be 6.
Yeah, you can't actually, you couldn't have hidden anyone because you don't have stealth.
You did it.
Okay.
Oh, well, the amount of successes is very important in this situation.
He's got 1.
A successful
That's true.
roll
They have to
means-
see if they.
Yeah, no, well, no, it's like the amount of successes determines like how much we forget of you. Successful roll means character's name. What? Three or fewer successes, the character fades but does not vanish, becoming indistinct and ghost-like. With more than 3, he disappears fully.
Alright, so whatever. You turn your aggro down.
Yeah, anybody can make a perception alertness against you. Difficulty 8. And if they do, they act normally, and if they fail, they're at +2 diff to interact with you.
Right, now, do I have the option to choose where I disengage to? Because I wanted to move. I wanted to move basically to on the sheriff's back to cover him because he's catching aggro like a mug.
So you want to go left, and you want to go north.
Yeah.
Alright. So you do that, and then Eric, you already rolled your thing, and you're gone. So.
Yeah.
So yeah. What's your next action, Will? We'll go back to declarations.
How many are on the sheriff right this minute? How many actual combatants?
2.
Which one appears to be in worse shape?
They're both fresh. One of them ran up and slashed his chest, and then one of them rammed him with the gun, and it didn't do anything. You didn't even see.
Basically, take same thing. Thrust into the one that actually dealt damage to him.
Okay, that's the one in front. All right, right on. So, Ian, what's your next action? Like you're I'm fighting this dude because.
Yeah, I'm spending 2 blood, 1 for potence, 1 for celerity.
Alright.
And actually, 1 for an additional dex, sorry. So 3 blood in total.
Alright. He's gonna try to bite you.
Okay.
That's not funny, he's in control of the grapple.
But I do have personal armor up.
You declared
I had it up for this instance. I declared my expenditures for it at the beginning of the scene.
You said something about.
I didn't hear specifically.
For fortitude.
I didn't hear anything about armor.
I heard him say that he did declare that he spent.
You can't. All right, listen. Fine, I'll let it fly for this time. But I really don't like the thing where like you tell me to roll dice or like. Whatever when you don't tell me what you're doing, like just say that you're activating personal armor. Don't say you're spending 2 blood for fortitude. Like just tell me what you're doing so I can be on the same page as you. It really
okay.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Fine. You got personal armor on.
Are there? You said there were no relevant plants within 40 feet.
No, I mean, there's like a tree within 40 feet.
No, I mean if it's not relevant though, it's cool.
What kind of relevant plants did you mean?
Well, I mean, if there is a relevant amount of vegetation, then I can give the enemies -$2 dice rolls.
Oh yeah, you're standing on like a paved street.
Yeah, that's
There's,
what's said.
there's not enough to do that.
No big deal.
All right. The rest of the bad guys are just going to attack you guys as evenly as possible. Sheriff is going to attack the dude who slashed his chest. He's going to spend for celerity also. And, oh, I forgot to declare for Nick. Nick's going to fucking attack the dude who's trying to knife. I'm trying to punch him. And then, PJ, what are you doing?
Trying not to die to this guy. Since all my ghosts were like, bye.
No, they're still here.
Alright, well, I need all these ghosts to, like, I don't know, grapple him or do anything that involves them, not just stand there and being faggots.
Alright, well, they stop butt fucking each other and look up the direction.
That's good. Yeah, tell them to deploy the grappler arms on this guy. Maybe used on it. What's wrong? Okay. Okay. I will. All my buddies, I need you to roll 9 dice.
For each of them?
No, I just need 9 dice rolled.
For what? What are you failing miserably at?
What am I failing miserably at?
Yeah.
It's called centering, thaumaturgy.
Okay, you failed miserably.
Okay. I didn't actually fail miserably, but I did fail.
You didn't botch, but you failed miserably.
Yep, so I don't do anything.
That's one step above botch. Miserable failure.
Miserable.
Alright, so that's what that was for what you were doing, and your ghosts are trying to grapple him. Okay. So ghosts, I guess, will go first and try to grab the guy. Strength and brawl. Yeah, alright. I did not give them enough dice. Oh well.
No, you did not. You gave them fucking the shittiest dice pool ever.
Well, you got really shitty ghosts this time. These things happen, you know.
No, yes, they just decided to bone me.
Well, sometimes, you know, the Shadowland sends you good recruits, and sometimes it sends you a bunch of hosers. Alright, so we got 4 successes.
Alright. So unless he uses his action to, like, whatever, then he's getting boned.
He can't see the ghosts, he doesn't know what's going on, so he's gonna get lifted off the ground a couple of inches and held in place.
Okay, well, as long as I'm not getting attacked, I'm fine.
Next one is the sheriff.
Yeah, he's gonna throw hands and do good.
Yes. Five. 7 aggravated damage.
Yeah, you guys don't know that I have ghosties. You just saw me do some chanting, so maybe I'm using wizardry.
Alright, so the guy takes 4 ag as the sheriff responds in kind by slashing him just once across the stomach and opening it up.
Yeah, man, that's no good. These guys are playing for keeps.
Oh yeah, they're playing for keeps. Alright, so bad guys, I guess. Yeah, so first one I'll do, it's got Ian in the clinch, he's gonna go to bite him. It's 2 successes to bite him. And then oh, he gets nothing on damage.
Okay, he takes nothing as well, so.
Yeah, he just kind of like kisses your neck lovingly.
Okay.
He smells like patchouli. And his heart beats only for you. One of them's gonna attack the sheriff back. The one who just got hit. He's down dice because he was hit. He's good though. That's 1 success. Two ag, and like, you know, fuck out of here. But we'll roll it anyway. Yeah, gets soaked. One of them's he's disabled. The other one's gonna attack the sheriff with his fucking gun.
Yeah, attack the sheriff and his mighty soap pool.
Three successes. What's the damage on a spear? +2?
Yeah. If it's made of wood, it can stake.
It's not. It's like a shitty broken thing, actually. So it should probably be harder. It probably should have been harder, but whatever. Sheriff's gonna soak this 3 damage. Probably. Yeah, he does.
Hard.
Okay. Soaked it hard. Last guy, Will just faded.
He shatters it back at the guy, though. Personal armor is broken as fuck.
Yeah, it's been broken as fuck. He just tried to hit him, I guess, with the club. But yeah, Will just faded, so the last guy is going to whip a dagger at you, PJ.
Yeah, okay.
Oh wait, no, the last guy's fighting Nick Mountbatten. I forgot. He's gonna throw another mighty punch at Nick's dome.
Boo! Man,
That's
we should
5
call this
successes.
dude. We should call this dude Clubber Lang.
Oh shit. Alright. Yeah.
Dude, in that movie, he basically just made Rocky his bitch. Like, Rocky couldn't go to sleep. He was so scared.
He does 10 bashing damage. No, 5 bashing damage to Nick Mountbatten.
Unless he was punching him in the head. If he punches him in the head, it's lethal.
Alright, fine. I'll say he lands a good thing right to the nostril.
All right, let's
Punches him right in his left nostril.
Right in his left.
You
Spoke 10, Nick.
can't possibly. Alright, so he takes 5 lethal. And he like staggers back into the fucking chained up gate, and it makes like that really annoying sound as he like rattles the fucking chains. And he like shakes his head, and it looks like his vision swims for a second. Damn. He got punched so hard. Oh boy. All right, Ian, your turn. You're
All
just
right,
trying to bite.
so I got to break the grapple, then I can attack him, right? In the same action, right?
Yeah,
Break
fuck it.
and attack.
Your
Yeah,
beast
sure.
actually your beast doesn't think about that. Your beast is just going to attack this dude, so he lets you go.
Okay. I'm going to bite him back. I'll show him how it's done.
You are at
yeah.
2 increased difficulty because he controls the grapple.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. It's still strength, or is it dex, or is it strength?
It's dex problem.
Okay. I am currently at 9 dice to attack.
I got 2 successes.
Good enough for government work. And so I did have potence activated, so my damage will be up. So let me see here. Strength. It's just what's the bite? The bonus strength +1. Okay, so it's 5 damage dice plus an auto success for potence.
Okay.
Alright. We're at least dealing 1. We're dealing
5 egg.
5
Okay. I'm gonna try to soak. They can't soak all of it. So it's 2.
If that's his first aggravated damage of the night,
What?
If that's his first ag of the night, he has to test for frenzy because he's pissed off.
He took 3 ag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a rage frenzy roll coming at him.
Self-control.
Yeah. If he's on an instinct path, he doesn't get to. He's just rolling to see how he frenzies.
He is on an instinct path.
You say he is or is not?
He is.
He is.
So, if
He's
he's
got 1 success to ride the frenzy.
yeah, so he gets to decide how he attacks and who he attacks.
Okay. He's gonna obviously attack Ian.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss on my combat round? Or had it not came up yet?
Didn't come up yet. You're next.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, does that happen on his turn, or does it happen right now?
What, the rage? I mean, the rage frenzy is immediate, but he doesn't get another action till his turn again.
Okay. So,
if he gets another turn.
He's a higher initiative, so I think he probably will.
Oh, I've got a celerity action.
Sure.
Yeah, that was the last bad guy.
So, bad guy. All right.
Will, your turn. Sheriff still has 2 guys on him, Will. Okay. Roll attack dice.
Are you attacking someone? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, he put it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
He has to, doing something away from the computer.
Is he still doing headshot like he was last time, or not?
No, I think he's just straight up attacking.
Alright, sweet.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, no called shot on this one.
4 plus strength plus 2.
What's his strength? Will, what's your strength?
Oh, no. 2.
Okay.
No wonder Josiah got put in a burlap sack and couldn't fight his way out. That's too strong.
Alright, 5 damage.
5 lethal, yeah.
5 lethal. Right, so
Yeah, Sam was never a huge much of a fighter. The only reason he jumped in this was to get it over with.
6 wounds all together for that guy, so he's feeling pretty shitty. But he's not dead yet or down. And then
Yeah, but it's enough to give him. It's enough to give him a penalty.
yeah.
We're back round
Enough
two
to give him a
players.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be Eric, but he ran off. So.
No.
Oh, and now it's Nick.
Yeah,
Mountbatten gets to punch that dude back who just punched his fucking lights out.
We'll just say Eric disengaged because Ian jumped on his dude.
Yeah. So actually, Nick Mountbatten, having had his block knocked off, is going to try to run away.
Yeah.
He's gonna do like a little parkour. He'll activate celerity and do his little parkour.
Bye-bye.
Actually, he's not going to activate celerity. He'll just use the dice, I guess.
Vampires and fences. First annual Kindred Olympics.
Jump to the top and run along the top of the fucking wall. Get out, bros. Get out, bro.
Alright, he's outie 5,000.
Clearly.
He just goes, "It's me, Spring Heel to Jack!" and does a fucking front flip onto a building and runs away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what a
fucking
photo.
11 successes.
You're someone in like an alleyway, like across the way from you. Go, "Blimey, was that Spring Heel Jack?"
Woo.
I should stop smoking so much of this devil's lettuce.
He jumped onto the wall, onto somebody's roof, and ran away. Bye-bye.
He sprung onto the wall like
See what
Spider.
they're not telling you. You see what they're not telling you is the Assassin's Creed games solely based on this one guy.
Yep. Nick Mountbatten of Boston Anarchs.
All right. So, Ian, you got this other celerity action.
I'm going to bite him again.
All right.
How many was it again? 9?
Yeah, 9 dice, yeah.
9 dice of death.
Whoa! Yeah. Nice. So that's 3 carryover, 1 auto for the opponent, so 7 damage dice. Plus an auto success.
Yeah, we got it.
6.
6 ag.
He isn't so good. He's dead.
Oh.
Are you gonna try to diablerize him, or are you just gonna like let him?
Diablerize him. He
turn to
straight
ash?
killed him. You can't diablerize him. He's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
He just ashed in his mouth.
All right. Well, you get a mouthful of ash.
Oh well.
Now your character turns and runs away.
Yep.
All right.
So how many combatants are left?
4. One of them's pretty much dead.
It's
One of them's
me,
floating in the air.
me, you, and the sheriff.
So it's you and PJ and the sheriff, and there's the 2 guys fighting the sheriff, 1 guy floating in the air, and the 1 guy who just got juked out by Nick Mountbatten.
Cool.
Well, I'll just.
So we're
I'm
pretty
tired
much close to
declaring
back to
back
one-on-one numbers, right?
Yeah. So PJ, just go first. Just declare and go.
All right. Roll 9 dice
For what?
for focus mine. Level 3. How many successes?
7.
Okay. So, I use 1 track mind on. So for the next 7 turns, the sheriff is going to keep clawing at people. He can spend a willpower to do something else if he wants to, but as long as he's clawing people and murdering these guys, he's doing it at diff 5.
Okay. Right on. So sheriff's gonna
Does he
go.
have awareness of the fact that he's been that he has some type of mental effect on him?
I don't know.
Does it say anything about detecting it or not?
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't say that anybody gets a roll, but I assume with awareness he would definitely know that he's been affected because like he can't do anything but claw from now on.
Okay, so he doesn't have a defense against it, really.
No, there's he can spend a willpower to control his actions. It's like I said.
He's aware of something going on.
But it's making him very good.
Yeah. All right,
Okay,
so
I'm done.
he's gonna do his thing. He's gonna scratch the guy in front of him who's fighting him.
Oh man,
That would have helped if he had gotten anything with 5s.
Yeah.
But he's a gangrel or whatever, or Bruja or something. So he's a gangrel, so he probably has like specialty with fighting with his claws.
Yeah.
Fuckloads of 10s. He's fucking murder this guy. 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 plus strength plus 1. So 8 plus strength.
Yeah, I saw you fucking fucking up my mental math. Barking out numbers at me. God. Alright. He absolutely ruins that guy. There's no way he could soak all of it. And he only has 1 health level, so he dies. Finish. Will, your turn. Actually, no, bad guys. Guy's gonna try to tackle. Huh?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. Go ahead. Is he gonna? My wraiths are still holding that guy.
Yeah, he's trying to break out, but I'm gonna go with the guy fighting the prince first.
Or the sheriff.
Yeah, the sheriff. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Fucking, alright. He's gonna try to grapple him and take him to the ground. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Versus... 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, yeah, so he takes the sheriff down to the ground, tackles him from behind.
No.
Alright, now Will, your turn. Oh no, the dude's trying to wrench his way out of the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a really good roll on my ghost roll. That's why it's... Because normally you're not going to have that many ghosts. But I savaged it. Man, he rolled 5.
No, they rolled 5.
Oh, okay.
And he rolled... Oh! He rolls nothing. He rolls
Wow.
Ah! And then, actually, your ghosts start to lift him higher and higher up into the air, and higher and higher and higher, and higher and higher and higher, and you can barely see him, and then higher and higher still, and he's above the clouds, and you can really not see him, and then higher and higher and higher, and his shrieks are inaudible, and then higher and higher and higher, you assume, because they never come back.
They take him to space, Jesus.
Yeah. He's like, no! Blimey! Yes, not the center of the universe.
Boston by dark. First kindred in space.
Bye, ghosties.
Alright, so now Will, your turn.
Activate first dot of dominate. The command word is going to be stop. And this is on the one that is struggling with the sheriff. This is going to be 12 dice equal to
I don't think you can
his
easily
current
struggling
willpower.
with the sheriff. You have to have eye contact for that, and he's definitely grappled on the ground with the sheriff. He's definitely not staring you in the eyeballs.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, because I really don't want to fight him because I'm worried about hitting the sheriff. You said there's essentially what 2 more that are still in combat.
PJ's dude just got taken into space. Oh yeah, there's the one who's supposed to go after Nick Mountbatten, who's just like running down the street after him, but like for naught.
All right, lock eyes with him. I will lock eyes with him and command him to run.
He's running down the street already.
He's got his back to you. He's chasing after this dude who just parkoured out of
Oh,
here.
okay. He's disengaged. He's disengaged.
Yeah, so now it's just that guy and the sheriff on the ground doing wrestling moves.
Okay. Just sheath the clean the blood off the blade and sheath it.
He's like, he can do it.
All right. Back to the
I'll
topic.
step in if he needs the help. Otherwise, he.
PJ, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna one-track mine the enemy too, so he can't damage the sheriff. All he can do is try to grapple him every turn.
All right.
Nice.
9 dice. 9 dice of bum fights. Alright, cool. So for the next 2 turns, you're doing nothing but trying to grapple the sheriff.
All right. Sheriff is grappled though, and he's been grappled from the back, so his hands are under him, and he's on the floor being grappled. So I guess he's just gonna try to break the grapple.
He can spend
No headbutt?
You get what?
No headbutt?
He can spend a will to break the grapple. To test to break the grapple. Otherwise, he has to like just claw at the ground or something.
Yeah, he's trying to break the grapple.
Yeah. All right.
It's back to the top of the order.
Yeah, I know. He has to spend a will to not claw the ground.
Oh. Right. All right. So yeah, he rips the willpower. Tries to break the grapple.
It's probably mad broke.
That should be.
And the other dude gets.
Maybe this guy's ultimate muscle grapple.
Nah.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, the guy gets launched off.
Alright. So then it's that guy's
That guy falls on his back. And his turn will be to like
get up and grapple.
Yeah, get up and grapple the sheriff.
Applaud. A golf clap.
Ah, you motherfucker! 4
Alright.
successes. And the sheriff is just like, fuck off, guy.
Yep.
The sheriff actually just like puts out he puts like a taloned hand out, and like the palm just like rests on the dude's forehead, like, and he like stops him in his tracks, and then just closes his hand.
Alright.
And I'm gonna roll some damage.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, because I'm tired of this fucking fight. The sheriff's pretty badass, so fuck this.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with him. Alright. I will end my effect if he ashes this guy. I'll just be like, cool, it's broke.
Alright.
Well,
So, 5 egg.
3 eggs. He's alright.
Yeah. He starts digging his claws into the dude's head.
Actually, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do, Jake. I'm just gonna look around and ensure that if there's been a masquerade breach, that it's cleared.
You see a ragged beggar woman and her 2 children staring in abject fear and awe from an alleyway.
Killer.
This I can do. I'll just head over to them and basically make a
Use
charisma
mad presence.
leadership. Say again?
Just use mad presence on them and make their minds good.
Oh yeah, that's what just head over to take care of that. Just presence the hell out of them.
He's got dominating presence, I'm sure, a lot. He could just do that, right, Jake?
Oh yeah, what are you doing? What are you dominating and presencing them to do?
Forgetful Mind for one, and I don't know presence as well. Basically, just erasing the memories. You saw nothing.
Like, if you had level 6 presence mind numb, they'd just stand there, like, drooling out the side of their mouth, and then you could just look into their eyes.
He does have presence 6, so.
All right, mine. Boom. You can't do
Yeah,
anything.
that'll work.
Drool.
Alright, that happens.
I'm gonna grab this guy the sheriff's fighting behind the back, and I'm gonna suplex him, German style, because I'm from Germany, and hopefully the sheriff's claws are in his head, so maybe that'll hurt his dome.
Alright, how many dice?
All right, 7.
Success.
Sweet.
Oh wait, you're attacking him from behind, right?
Oh yeah.
2 successes.
Yeah, that'll be like an additional, yeah.
No, 3. It's
Oh
different.
yeah. Right, it's -2. My bad, I thought it was -1.
Yep.
So you got 3.
Yeah, it's 1. It's plus
I'll
minus 1
I'll
for the
just let you
thing.
do it. Like
Huh?
you grab him.
All right.
You
Well,
can suplex city him.
okay. I just then the 8 damage, I guess.
Oh yeah, real good 8 damage there. Bud.
I can't do anything about that, but it is ripping him out of the sheriff's claws or something. Like maybe we wishbone this guy and his head pops off. I don't know. Because the sheriff is definitely holding his head and the claw grapple.
Yeah, I kind of wanted something to
Alright,
give to the prince.
he takes 2
A head, trophy.
2 bashing and 1 ag. So he takes 1 bashing and 1 ag.
Okay, cool.
And he's trying to soak it.
Seems hard.
Yeah. Well, here's for the bashing, soaks it, and then maybe you only have 4 for the ag. He soaks that also.
Alright, cool. But he's grappled during the sheriff's turn, so that's another reduced diff to hit. And then he also has another reduced diff to hit because he is focus-minded.
Yep.
Diff 4 claw attacks.
Mm-hmm.
This dude's totally gonna get wrecked. No, that's mad successes.
Yeah, he's done.
Look,
Even if he soaks all 4, he's still done. Because he's got 6 more coming his way after if he soaks 4. So he's done. He's dead.
Right. And then
Sheriff ashes him.
when he ashes, I break the thing on the sheriff.
Alright. He turns over, or he looks over at you guys. Because it's just you, it's all you guys, and this burning mansion. There's slaves and people crying and shit. There's people starting to approach now, with water buckets and stuff who have just been rallying the fire brigade. It took the whole time you guys were fighting, which felt like a long time, but it really only took 2 or 3 minutes in real life time.
Yeah. Actually,
And,
3 minutes on the fire brigade in this point in time, at this time period, is really good.
No, well, yeah, sure. Well, you're right by the water, pretty much. You're only a couple blocks from the water.
Right. That family that was watching them in terror, gonna leave with about a $20 bill, or the equivalency of a $20 bill in her bonus, and then let her be. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, you remember 20? No, I won't give her a ridiculously high amount of money.
okay. Well, if you give her it's $20, she can buy.
Gonna move out of this city. She's gonna go buy.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
All right, so she takes it and oh, bless you, bless your kind soul.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna buy some land or get shivved in the back as she's leaving.
You want me to
Either
blow
way, she's
you?
out of our hair.
Me and my children will both blow you. Says
What was that, Jake?
nothing. I'm just fucking around.
All right, I'm gonna
Could
go.
you just completely improve their life situation?
I'm gonna go
Take care of
find.
yourself, man. Take care of yourself, man.
I'm gonna go find that guy that was hunting Nick.
He seemed to have went off somewhere to the north.
Okay.
The sheriff's like, hold on. Like, fucking, did you hear anything? That they say anything? Who are these people?
Jan the old crow will say, "Oh, come with me. We go find them, okay?"
All right.
I remember hearing them say
Can you roll 12
to
dice?
the
Jake?
effect of, fuck, the Camarilla.
12 dice, Jake? Yeah.
Huh?
12 dice, Jake? Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you, yeah.
I couldn't hear if you responded or not.
I did. Several times. I was
Several
trying
times.
to talk to Bill.
Oh, wonderful.
Oops, these are not successes, because those
Oh,
are ones.
No, the 5s are successes.
Oh,
Wunderbar.
It's a level 1 ritual. It's like 4s are actually successes.
well, there you go. You get 6 successes, yeah?
Yeah, okay, so I go to the spot where the guy was fighting, and then I track his trail with Illuminate and follow the yellow trail that only I can see and go hunt him down.
Okay.
All
After about 30 minutes, you find him you find him sitting down in a cabin of some sort, right at the bottom of Beacon Hill, which I will zoom in on for your viewing pleasure.
Very good.
You see this thing with the symbol on it? That is where he is. That is Beacon Hill. It is a small farmhouse. There seem to be a few people sleeping in a different room of the house, and he is sitting in the front room, looking worried.
I, will go over to the chef, like, I have found your target. Do you want to go take him?
Sheriff says, "Oh, this is the homestead of the Onessa farm. This is the Onessa farm. The Onessas liked the beacon. I don't know why I just switched back to German. Fuck you, PJ.
Yeah, I was wondering
I mean, I'm playing a German, so or a guy.
Because French and German are like the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
he's like the Onessas run. They're the family in charge of lighting that beacon and maintaining the beacon, like in case we ever need to call for help. And this is their house at night. And if this guy's just snuck in here, I don't want to, wake up the family to a vampire fight. What do you think we should do? Are you any good at sneaking? Could you drive him out, maybe? Or if not, I'll just go in.
Hold
on. For the record, I did or did not go with them. I never said.
Oh no.
That's up to you then.
All right, I will have went with him then. Or I'll just take a speak. I'll just speak. Perhaps it would be better to trail him. See where he goes from here. He may be just dumb enough to lead you back to where to his hire.
The night is no longer as young as it was. It will be light soon.
If you have those amongst the mortal population in your employ,
of course, but would someone then volunteer to wait until my ghouls arrive while I go fetch them and make sure he does not leave?
I could, I suppose, make sure he does not leave.
That would be preferential. I must contact your prince. Ensure to his future safety and to alert the Camarilla as to what's happening this evening.
If you wait here, then my ghouls will be around to relieve you shortly. Come, what's your character's name again, Will? I forgot.
Eric.
Come, Eric. We must go and find the prince and fetch my men.
Excuse me, Vivard agrees that this would be a boon for the action.
Oh yes, we all owe
Benoit
you.
agrees.
We all owe you boons. You will be summarily rewarded.
All right, and he will sit down there, and I'm totally gonna hit this guy with one track mind. So he just like when we're not in combat, if I get a success that lasts for a whole scene, we'll just sit there and do whatever he is doing.
Okay, so it's 9 dice.
Yeah.
What's the diff?
6.
You got 2.
So for the rest of the scene, whatever he is currently doing is what he'll be doing.
Alright, he just kind of sits there and rocks on the floor, like wringing his hat, until the ghouls come and they station themselves outside. And they say you can leave.
Very good. You should be able to just walk in and pick him up, and he will continue to rock and sit there like an idiot.
They look at each other and they shrug, and then they go inside and pick him up by either side of the arm quietly and walk him out the front door. The owner of the stead kind of like sits up in bed, and they give him like the finger over the lips shh type thing, and he sees them wearing their uniforms and nods, and they bring him back. They're dressed like redcoats, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah, they take him down Beacon Hill back towards the main part of Boston. And that is pretty much where the scene will end, unless you got something else you want to do.
No, I do not. I go back and go to my home.
Yep. Just
Alright.
mark down everything that's happened tonight so I can turn it into the higher people.
Alright, right on. And everyone who participated in the scene gets 5 XP.
Boom! Nailed it. Fuck yeah, America.
Alright. I will forego that XP as I'm acting in an NPC stead.
Well, yeah, you don't get me because you're an NPC.
Yeah.
Should be a PC instead of an NPC.
Good evening, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. And if not, well,
Fuck yourself.
fucking way she goes.